What it do, my streaming crew? Welcome, bienvenidos to another episode of Random Doodles and How-Tos. I guess this is episode 7, so welcome. Trying to work out these technical difficulties. It like acts up, then it doesn't act up, and then things load up, things don't load up. So, welcome. Let's clear this out now that you're all here. Clear. Typos happen. So hopefully you guys are having a good Tuesday afternoon. It is the 10th of July? Am I correct? 10th of July? 10th of July. It's about 12:30ish. Like I said, the stream goes Tuesdays, Thursdays, Tuesdays and or Thursdays, or just Tuesdays and no Thursdays around noonish. So 12:30ish is about noonish. So you can hear what's happening in the background right now. It's Spotify. It's an NCS playlist. It's the gaming playlist. That way I don't get nailed for, listening to copywritten music. This is not copywritten. So, again, welcome to this stream today. So, on the agenda today, I had posted it on Instagram. What should I draw today? And it happens. Sometimes I get feedback. Sometimes I don't. It's all part of life. So, I'm going to continue my hustle, continue doing this thing. On the agenda today, I was going to tackle the Draw This in Your Style challenge. It's been going on pretty crazy on Instagram. All these great artists are doing other artist pieces, and it looks pretty darn amazing. So I figured I'd take on that challenge myself. And I found 2 pieces that I could work with. I might even do 2 in the stream. I may color it completely. I might just do a sketch of that person's piece, or in my style, of course. So without further ado, let's swipe that up. Yoink. So let that all catch up. So if you guys notice, the names are on the side, underlined. If I zoom in, you can see that's that one, and then this is this one. Each one of these artists has a great style, and I love it. I follow a lot of these like concept artists, illustrators, because they do have a great style. We all have our own style, so today you're going to see me tackle their style, but in my style, on Draw This in Your Style challenge that's been going on Instagram. So hopefully you guys have seen it. Google the hashtag Draw This in Your Style and see what's been out there. But there's been some pretty cool stuff happening. This will probably be the second time I've done this. I did one last week, and it was pretty fun to do. So we have our reference there. It's still going to be a how-to. I guess it's not so random today, but it's still a how-to because you're going to see how I draw from the inside out, how I build my character, or the piece of art that I'm working with in this case. So, make sure my fat pencil's set up, and I flipped my iPad the wrong way. So, sorry about that, guys. All the way live. Yep. So far, so good. Get our sketch going. Like I said, I love drawing in blue pencil. Even though I'm digital, I still do it in blue. That's what I do. That's how I do. So, love the expressions on both the characters. Could I tweak them out? Can I add a different expression? Definitely, because again, it is Draw It in Your Style. So, let's go with the top one first. So again, everything starts off with basic shapes. Split, you know what? Let me double tap to undo and put it more at an angle. I'm almost thinking, let me turn my canvas. Kind of reminds me of Spider-Man in a sense. Rough out my lines. Bring it back this way. Again, it's all, your basic shapes. It's also got like a Kim Possible look to it, which is kind of cool. Like, who didn't enjoy Kim Possible? Something like that. Again, I have the chat open on Twitch. I have the chat open on YouTube. So if you guys want to hit me up, chat it up, chop it up with me, please feel free to do so. I'm also streaming live on Periscope, so if you want to check that out as well, I'll launch that. I don't have much battery life on my phone, but I'll launch it just to see if anybody's commenting over there. But again, if you're just tuning in, today's random doodles and how-tos is the Draw This in Your Style challenge that's all over Instagram right now. So if you have missed out, it's there. Look at the hashtag. So like I said, this pose kind of reminds me of like kind of Spider-Man-ish. It's weird because they like have no hair over here. Like that side shave. Again, everything I love to always start off drawing, building from the inside out, and creating that sense of depth, that sense of volume. Well, it's kind of V-neck, isn't it? See, if I was drawing everything else, so then here would be the egg shape for the torso, the rib cage, like so. And bam, like that. But again, it's all like you just basic shapes that all tie into each other. You guys go back and watch the restream of this, or the rebroadcast on YouTube. You'll see that everything I do is based off going from the inside out, building up those shapes to create that volume, create that depth in the character. So, if we go for the similar look, it's not even the right eraser, it's a splatter. Bam, bam, bam. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. This all takes obviously amounts of practice. When I first started drawing, I really wasn't that good. I sometimes to this day still don't think I'm that good. I'm alright. I'm okay. Not digging this eye. It's a cool thing about digital. I have so many undos. It was kind of like the Rock's eyebrow. Something like so. Something like that. And like I said, chats are open both on YouTube and on Twitch. If you want to hit me up, say what's up, chop it up with me as we do what we do, as we're going live right now. For those of you with me, again, thank you. Thank you for being with me today on this Random Doodle How To episode 7. So again, thank you. So, bam. All right, so let's go back to this. Let's take a gander. Let's take a look. Get my selection tool right here. Get my move. Kind of, sort of. That's the other thing I love about digital is I can do this stuff like on the fly to make corrections. On paper, I could start drawing over again. Not saying that's no fun, but I'm just saying that's my alternative. Let's add a new layer. Switch it up to a black. Switch it up to an inking. I like the studio pen. I've messed with the technical pen. I even made my own adjustments. They're cool. To each his own. We all have our own style of how we like to ink. So let's zoom in on her face. Bam, 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 bam. Switch my eraser too. I'm gonna switch it to the same style pen that I'm using. So it kind of mimics when I mess up like that. Make it a little bit smaller because I'm so zoomed in. Switch back. Like I said, I keep looking up, seeing if anyone's chopping it up with me on the chat. Again, thank you for streaming with me today. I appreciate you being here. If you miss it, it does end up going on YouTube as well later on, and it's on. I think it was on Twitch for 15 days, so I haven't figured out how they work out that portion. Like it does, if it gets X amount of views, do they keep it on longer? I haven't, figured out all the kinks yet. Let's see, I'll just come here. Mix it up as we go. Let's spin this around so I get it better. Always, as an artist, always rotate your paper. It comes in handy. It really does. If you haven't hit the subscribe or the follow button yet, don't forget to do that. You'll see some cool stuff. Whether that follow be on Twitch, one of the social media platforms, whatever it is, make sure you hit the follow, turn on those notifications, so you see when I go live, when I post some new artwork, something like that. Double tap the screen to undo. Now double tap, I'm just using 2 fingers to tap on the screen so that I can undo what I just did. And when I do the eyebrows, I try to go with the flow of the shape. If you look at your own eyebrows, they kind of have a flow to them too. So if you get a chance, look at your eyebrows in the mirror. See how they flow. next eye. Bam. Bam. No, I'm not digging that. Not digging that at all. And sometimes I follow my sketch to the T, sometimes I don't. That. I can get this bad boy and erase. I think I have to make this one bigger. Do the same thing on the other side. Boom. Let's come back this way. Oh, I pressed too hard. Double tap with 2 fingers. The studio, no technical. Bam. So now I'm thinking I ink the other eye probably with my technical pen. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 little ones at the bottom. Bam, bam, bam. And this side's just gonna do this lightly because it's almost in a sense like there is no hair here. Too thick. Double tap with 2 fingers. Let me reduce my pen size a little bit. Not digging that flow too much. And I always try to my best to match up the jaw lines. Like I could already tell you, this one over here is not going to match up on the other side. So I always try my best. And the pen thickness is too much on this side. Getting pressed too hard. Get on this thing where I'll sometimes draw more on paper than I do digitally. This is still a realm I'm trying to become better at. And then again, my Fitbit just went off saying, yo, you're being lazy. It doesn't know what I'm drawing. That's the funny part. I can't just get up and start dancing and be like, okay, there you go, you did it. I guess I could. This just would be weird. Oh, that's way too thick. Go up with it. Again, you see me rotate my paper and spin it around. That's totally normal. You should do it as an artist. You shouldn't just stay static with your paper. This way you can actually see what's going on, what needs more attention, what seems a little bit off. Pick it up, stare at it, take a photo with it, see what's not right on your proportions. Flip the canvas around. If you're digitally, you can do this in Photoshop, both in Procreate as well. So work out those kinks. Like I can already tell from my previous sketch, my nose and mouth are off to the right a little bit, so I gotta push them over right now when I sketch them, or when I ink them out right now. Whoops. Ah, why is it doing that? Alright, let's try that again. Let's wipe these guys out. Ah! All the way live. Why did I do that? Again, like I said, the chats are open, so feel free to hit me up so I know what's up. Chop it up with me, let me know. But yo, dude, that really sucks. You're doing a horrible job at this person's style. It's okay. Let me know. I'm all for it. Bam. Again, like I said, it was off to begin with from my original sketch, so I'm just gonna pull it this way a little bit and deselect, zoom out, and be like, all right, that's better. Zoom in a little bit. Let's give this mouth a little bit more detail. Bam, bam. Whoopsie doopsies. Do. All right. So, we got the neckline. Shoulders. Bam. And I know I still got to focus on doing the top and then the necklace, but no biggie. I'll redo that line afterwards. Thanks for the interruption. I need to put like one of those gloves on so my hand slides better, especially with the humidity and heat we're having in Cali right now. It's weird. Reminds me of the times I've been to Florida. It's okay because since I'm digital, I can come back and clean this stuff up with my eraser. Thicken up these lines. Round it off. Again, I'm just using the studio pen to ink this out. You can see below the blue, that's my blueprint, that was my sketch. Again, drawing this character out in my style because it's draw this in your own style. And we're doing the top one. You can go follow that artist if you want. Her Instagram or their Instagram is right there. At this point, I'm going to either make it up or crop it out because I don't know how it goes down there. Nope. Boom, boom. No. Ba-da-ba-da. Oh, that's the shoulder. I was like, what am I doing? Got my dog over here snoring in the background. Oh, to live the life of sleeping all day. She'd get nothing done. Unless you got paid to sleep. Do 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 do. trying to match the other side. For the sake of this, let's pull this way. Doesn't matter about the bottom anymore. Bam. Let's turn off that layer, stop confusing you. So now you guys see it a little bit better. And then look at this guy. I'll roughly do this. I'm just making a selection. It's like using the lasso tool in Photoshop. In this case, I don't have to hold shift. I can just create another selection, come back around, click, and it adds to it. If I select again, but not press that silver dot and hit the minus, it takes away from my selection. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Click the dot, ta-da, come back over here, hit the minus, come back over here, hit the minus, and then I took too much there. And then come in here, which again, I don't even know why I'm doing this, because some of these little spots, the other color will cover it, so we're good. Bam. Don't miss anything here, neckline right here. Around the shoulder. Bam. Over here, like so. Bam. Hit the minus. Alright, let's go get us a skin tone. Let's play with it. Let's drop that on there. Not too shabby, I guess. Get more of a reddish hue. Yeah, I know people aren't really this color, but we'll just go with the flow. Turn out the selection. Touch up some pieces. Get my selection tool again, because I gotta go over here. Bam. Around this. Bam. Bam. I over selected, so minus, and I totally missed that selection. Like so. And then let's go get ourselves a, I never do anything straight white. I blend and mix to it. Let's turn out the selection, hold down with my finger, whoopsie doopsie. Sample my color so I can fill in these gaps I missed. And the lips are like dark red. Let's create a selection real quick. Boom. Deselect, and then the brush will just help us get whatever we missed. Now I'm getting a whole different color. That's cool. There we go. It's another thing I've noticed with the Procreate, that sometimes the colors chosen don't match when you start to do the drops. It's kind of weird. Just a little bit, but whatever. Get this like grayish green. Zoom in. I'll just use the brush for this. Usually what I end up doing to do my shadows and highlights is I'll play with my layers. In Photoshop, that'd be like your layer styles, right? I'll do a multiply, I'll do an overlay, I'll do a screen, I'll do a soft light just to see which one of those reacts with the color better. And I usually sample the colors that I'm using with to do my coloring portion. Like a blondish color. With a hint of red in it though. Let's see. Let's create a selection. Bam. 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 Get what I missed. Take away what I overtook. Bam. And this is just a selection tool in Procreate. Subtract it from there. And I typically go over the black line just to make sure I got as much as it as possibly covered. Bam, missed that, missed this. Got these individual strands right here. Bam, I went over here. Then I messed up there. Bam. Let's take this out. Add that little chunk in. Alright, so yoink. Maybe a little too blonde. Let's get the black. Make it a little dirtier. It's greenish. Let's see. Alright, that's cool. Fix the gaps I missed. Again, like I said, the chats are open, both on Twitch, both on YouTube, so, you know, hit me up, chop it up with me, let me know what's going on, let me know what you think. Even if it's an epic fail, that's cool, I won't be mad. Maybe you know a quicker technique. Oops. I might just tackle the other Draw Me in this style on the next how-to, just because there's more anatomy on it. Guess I could borrow this lip color, make it a little bit lighter, and hit up the eyebrows. Yeah. Let's make a selection here. Get the other brow. Bam, drag and drop. Drag and drop. So we got that. I need the top. Let me borrow the color from the eyes. Make it a little bit. That did not work. Bam. Really? There we go. Let's make it a little bit wider. Take off some of that. There we go. Get my selection. So, come back, go the other direction. Going over here. Not enough here. Not too much. Subtract it from the bottom. Do the same thing right here. That's okay. Add, subtract, add, cool beans, drop my color, turn it off, get the spots I missed, make it a different color. I love when it does that. Sample color, all I gotta do is press and hold on Procreate and that color will pop up. Except for there. There we go. And then bam, oops. Double tap with 2 fingers on the screen to undo. Oh, come on. So we have kind of your flat colors. Sorry, dog. So you got your flat colors. You have your character there, kind of matching what's there. I said I'll add a new layer, and this is the layer I usually play with. The darken settings, like the multiply, will give my shadows. If I go to lighten, then I get my screen contrast. I get my overlay. Screen. And I usually adjust the opacity on here, not so that I have to use it too much with the colors. I can go with the inking pen, I can go with an airbrush. So give me kind of like a softer set. So I say, you know, make it bigger. And of course I can come back and erase the overspray. Make it smaller because it's like overspraying pretty bad. The other thing I could do, let me clear this and I'll show you guys. Clear. Get my brush, but I'm gonna make a selection. So I'm gonna say this half right here, going this way, is all being hit by light. So it kind of gives you an idea, right? And then I'm going to have part of the ear. like so. So now if I get the brush, I can just focus on this area, right? Which right now that looks like a hard edge, which kind of is. So I'll get my eraser, double click, and I'll change this to an airbrush as well. That works. And then I'll just come over here. So with the eraser, do not change. Yeah. Cool. And soften up the line. So when I turn this off, you can see that, yeah, it's kind of there. And then I start to soften it up as I continue to go over the area. I can get the smudge tool and blend it all out. So if I want it this way. And I'm going with the shape of the face, like the bone structure, even though it's like a cartoon. This also lets me soften up the edge. If I were to do it, I can just get the eraser. That I have set to an airbrush. And I can increase the opacity, so say like a 60. And clean up some of my lines, some of my shading. And come back and pull. Like so. Shrink this back down. Again, if this is still too bright, I'll just hit this because it's at 100%. And I'll soften it up to 50. Then it gives you a whole different vibe. It's like if I wanted to do the same thing, create a selection, be like, you know what, well, the nose will probably have some of that light. But then it gets lost because of the breaking here. And then we have like part of the neck. Oopsie doopsie. Go back. That's one. There's more. Essentially, I'm just creating cutouts of where I feel the highlights would be. It's a different color, so I'm not gonna try to paint that. It's like I missed right here. This bad boy. Turn that off. This one I did pretty good because I didn't press as hard, so the lines were softer. But I could do the same thing even if I got my smudge tool. Soften up the edges. just gonna erase these. I don't like them. Zoom in. Brush in a little color. And again, ideally, all I'm using is the actual skin tone for the shadows and the highlights, or the highlights so far. So it's not like, oh my god, what the heck is that? It's a lot of comic book artists do this when they do the colors. Probably a lot better, obviously a lot better, but they do it as well. This is just kind of how. That was too big. If I wanted to make them harder, I'll just make the line smaller. And give some spots kind of a harder edge. And I still gotta do these. Sometimes I just spin the brush around in a circle and I come back and just follow the shape to blend it out better. Make it slightly more believable. But again, there's so many different styles of how to do this. This isn't usually, I usually kind of toon color it. But hopefully you guys are enjoying what we're doing so far, what we've done so far. Hopefully that has helped you out in some form or matter. That'd be good to know. Because practice makes better. Not only is this like helping me out get better at the craft, but hopefully some of the tips and techniques I throw out there help you out as well. It's all about making ourselves better at the art. If this was Photoshop, I'd probably spray a color, blend it out, sample the color to blend it out more realistically. But again, it's not Photoshop, it's Procreate. Another tool I'm trying to teach myself so I can stay on top of the game. There's that. Make it smaller. So again, if I don't finish it on the stream, check my Instagram to see the final piece. I'll probably keep working on it. Right now I need to switch back to this layer because my colors are not matching up. See cracks in the lips. Which I get, they happen, but in this case, we shouldn't have cracks. And again, it all varies by price of the light source. And I still have to do the shadow, so there's definitely more blending and more things I have to add into this. But for now, for this how-to, hopefully what I've shown you today, the building it from the inside out, the sketch, then the ink style, and then how I apply colors. And like I said, there's multiple different ways to apply colors. This is just one way that I've done in the past, that I've attempted. So don't worry about it if it's not your thing. Like I said, there's multiple different ways to do something and how we do something. So it's not like we're epically wrong here. Like for the hair, I'd probably, since it's going to the right or her left, I'd probably say something like that. Then I'd get my brush. I'm just gonna color it in for now. This side would probably be a little more faded in, so I'll switch it out. Now we're going away from the light. Turn off my selection so I can see what's going on. Go back and forth to match the hairstyle. Then that makes my hairlines kind of visible. I can just come back in. Throw some random ones in there. Not like that. But hopefully you guys get the idea. But again, like I said before, feel free to comment. Let me know your thoughts, your process. Chop it up with me. I'll go back and check everything, the messages and all that stuff. See what I have to work off. Your suggestions, your ideas, what you thought. Please don't hesitate to talk with me on this stuff. It comes in handy. There's still so much more to do there. So like I said, I'm probably gonna wrap it up, but check out Instagram. Hopefully I'll post this when I'm done with it on Instagram so you guys can check it all out. Give me your opinion. Tell me what you thought. But again, hopefully you guys had a good time today with the stream. Sweet, got a comment. And you had a blast with the stream today, and you had a good time. But again, go tell a friend. Turn on those notifications. Let someone know. Remind yourself that I do this every Tuesday Tuesday and Thursday, or Tuesday and or Thursday, depending on what my schedule is. Let people know that we're here all the way live on a Tuesday or Thursday afternoon. Let's sample that color. I'm just gonna drop it. And then, see, even this gives me a whole different style of applying color to a piece. So again, there's so many different ways. But I need to stop. I need to, get up and move before I can't even get out of bed because my back will get so stiff. But again, thank you for joining me today. Check out Instagram, Art of Pilo. I should have this hopefully done today, and I'll be posting it on there. But hopefully you guys have had a good time. If you enjoyed the stream, I've been on for quite some time now, and all that good stuff. So again, thank you for tuning in with me. Today's Random Doodles and How-Tos episode 7. Draw This in Your Style challenge. It's been all over Instagram. This is Art of Pilo, JP to the L, signing out again. Thank you. Keep it streaming. Catch me on the rebroadcast on YouTube. Catch me for 15 days on Twitch. Turn on those notifications and tell a friend.